Baby, go on, relax, kick back. I'ma handle all of that. It never had, we never had. I don't know all the words, but shout out to Shamia on her single Never Had. It's actually a cute song. I don't know the words yet, but yeah, it's a good vibe. Yeah, shout out to Shamia. I think she's still working on her album. Maybe we'll hear more about it later on this season. But anyways, hello, hello. Thank you for listening to my channel. Shout out to my subscribers. Thank you so much. Please comment and subscribe, please, if you can. Okay. All right. Okay. I am doing another review of The Housewives of Atlanta, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 10. See, I told you I was going to come back for another review. It just takes me a minute. I think episode 11 is back. Yeah, well, not back, but yeah, I think it aired last night or this morning. But yeah, so I'll be doing another review. He never had. Okay, so this episode I think is gonna unravel Shamia's and Portia's friendship. Yes, unravel is gonna. hmm Um, Unfortunate. I'm gonna still stick to what I said. I still feel that Portia is jealous of Shamia. You know, it's just my opinion. I'm still a fan of Portia. It's just from the way the show is going. That's just how I feel. That's just from the way things look. Okay, so episode 10 begins with Kelly. She's eating out. She's having dinner with her kids. Um, yeah, it was a bit boring. The daughter, you know, complains that she's not doing well in school, and Britt says her and baby daddy are besties, and yeah, so that was pretty much. I didn't really get much from that scene, but yeah, it was a little boring. Next scene is, oh, this is messy. Okay, I think this was messy. Okay, so Shamia meets up with Ralph, which is Drew's baby daddy, soon to be ex-husband. Okay, so she meets up with him because he wants to come up with a new idea for a podcast. And so I guess he wants her approval or whatnot, or her opinion, because they used to work together on the podcast show. And so they're talking, they're at a restaurant. She brings up the fact that, look, I only know you through your ex, you soon to be ex-wife. And he was like, yeah, we met 3 months, got married 6 months, had kids 9 months later. Things went way too fast. I didn't really get to know who she is. I didn't really like how she's become. But Ralph, you got a nerve to say you don't like the way she's become. She is a mother. Okay, what about the way you become? You know what I'm saying? Trying to blame it all on her. Mm-mm. What about you? I'm pretty sure you changed. So, and he got that head, that cool head. Imagine if he was bald headed. You know what I'm saying? I swear, God has made us a certain way because the way his head is shaped, I mean, if he was balding, it would look great. But anyways, Ralph, okay, let's keep it going. But yeah, he's still got a nice shaped head. Yeah. Um, so he says that, and he talks about how he didn't get his blessing from Drew working with Dennis, and he didn't get his blessing. But you guys are not together. Why would she want a blessing from you? Talking about Drew. Why? Y'all are not together. I mean, what? You know? Anyways, I mean, did he want her to run it by him? Is that what he trying to say? I don't know. So next, so Shamia says that she feels that that's inappropriate for Shamia to be working with Dennis. But girl, Shamia, I don't know, girl. I do not. It's inappropriate, but how? Like, I just don't understand how is it she's not with him. Yes, she was. It was messy that she didn't tell Portia, but I don't know. I don't know. But going forward, I still feel Drew. It's a business deal. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Portia should have any problems with that, especially if she's not with her baby daddy or in a relationship. Like it's all about control. So Portia pops up and she's like, "Hey," she gives a disclaimer. "Oh, I didn't know Ralph was gonna show up," and Ralph is like, "Well, I didn't know Portia was gonna show up," but clearly it was Shamia who did the setup because Shamia said she didn't want to be out, dinner with Ralph by herself. Didn't want to make it seem like she's on a date with him or she's I guess sleeping with him. But girl, that that's why she invited Portia. But I still feel like it was a setup. So Portia's telling Ralph like, "Hey, me and your soon to be ex-wife, we're not cool. We are not cool like that." She's talking about having some type of she makes enough money to pay for my daughter's education. And Ralph is like, "What? She said that?" And Shamia's like, "Yeah, she was jokingly said it, but that's not what that's not how Drew said it, Shamia." The way Drew said it was like she's making enough money like when just working with Dennis. The publications and all that money, all that royalty, it will benefit the Polaris education. That's what Drew was trying to say. But Shamia made it seem like Drew was throwing shade, which was not true. At least that's the way I seem like. Mm-mm. I'm calling out Shamia. I'm calling you out, girl. Because I saw this scene myself. Um, so Portia, oh yeah, she asked about the podcast, what they're talking about. No, the podcast idea. What else? Portia throws in there about the text message between her and between Dennis and Drew. She tells Ralph, "Girl, that is messy, Portia." Especially the text message supposedly said like something about Drew sleeping, wanting to sleep with Dennis for something something, and Dennis was like, "No, run me my money." Mm-mm. This is all messy. Messy that he even went out with Portia. Messy even went out with Shamia. That is all messy. But so Portia shows him the text or talks about the text, and Ralph is like, "What? I thought she was dating somebody else," and blah 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 blah. And she's like, "Oh, I mean, I don't even know if that's true. Is that even true?" And Portia's like, "Well, this and that, I heard about this, but this cannot be true." Da, da. But I'm like, wait a minute, Portia, how are you gonna throw in this rumor about Drew and then say that rumors you don't believe in every rumor that you hear, but yeah, you putting the rumor out there, and you're telling Drew's soon to be ex-husband. Girl, that was messy. Portia, that was a messy, messy. does it, like, are you making a scene with Ralph because Drew did a scene with Dennis? Are you like trying to do a tit for tat? I don't know. I don't know if that's what that scene was about. But going forward, Portia is being nosy, asking Ralph if he's ever, oh, why did they divorce? And the dumb ass Ralph tells them, oh, it's because she cheated on me with Ty. Ty is a female that's been around the love and hip hop scene with what's that whole name? Baby mama. Stevie J's baby mama. Yeah, but and it showed a scene of Drew, saying that I think it might have been I don't know what might have been last year's season. How she mentioned how she's happy with Ty. This is Drew talking. Yeah, so Ralph was saying like, oh yeah, that's what Drew told me. She admitted it and this and that, but whatever. And then Portia asked Ralph if he's ever cheated on Drew. And he lies, talking about no. You know, but the look of Jamia and Portia, they were like, you know you lying. You know you lying. Ralph talking about no. So Portia asked, have you sniffed another woman? Her asking Ralph, and he's like, yeah, yeah, you know you cheated on Drew. Mm-mm. Lying. Yeah, so then, not Angela, Portia, that same scene, Portia, asked, um, Shamia, how did she feel about Angela? And Shamia's like, I have no problem with her, but I'm getting heat for sticking up for you. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? I laughed about how is it that you and Angela were able to move forward, but she's not able to move forward with me laughing about what happened, about the joke and stuff. Wow. And Portia's like, it's not cool. You're always complaining, talking about this and that. People don't like me because of who this person said this person said that, type of thing. That's what Portia's saying. But yeah, like pretty much you coming to me all the time about this person saying this or this person's mad at you because of what this person's saying about you, this and that. You know what I'm saying? And that was throwing shade at Shamia because that's what Shamia is doing. She feels that they're mad at her for sticking up for her. But I don't know. Shamia is feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? She's getting all this heat for having Portia's back, but the same thing is not being returned. Like, Portia's not doing the same thing. Yeah, but that was pretty much that scene. Portia is meeting up with Ralph and Shamia, and that whole scene was messy as fuck. I'm just saying. Messy. Like, that's. Mm-mm. Going forward. Um, I'm trying to think what else. And let me say this with Shamia. Shamia, you can't get. Of course you're gonna catch heat because you're sticking up for Portia. You know what I'm saying? You're going back running your mouth to Portia about what the ladies are saying about her, but you're translating it back to Portia in a way that's not like what happened. You know what I'm saying? You should just keep your mouth shut and don't have to tell Portia everything of what these ladies say about. Like, I know you're trying to be loyal, but that's why you got in trouble, girl. Mm-mm. But yeah. Okay, next scene is Angela trying to sell her itty bitty house for 3 million. The bathroom, I mean, the house has no water in the swimming pool. It's a small closet and it's $3 million. Damn, girl, I don't think it's worth 3 million. It should be less, half a million. the way it looked, it should be half a million. But anyways, Angela trying to sell this house because she's in debt. So yeah, Kelly shows up. Kelly is clowning, like, because Angela's trying to sell the house to Kelly. Kelly's like, the ceilings are a little bit low. Small bathroom, no water in the pool. Girl, no. But you can tell Angela is like, no, you can tell that Kelly is scared of Angela. Like, she's nervous. She is nervous. Kelly, you got a nerve, girl. You be talking smack. When you're around your best friend, you be talking smack. But when it's one on one with Angela, you're all this, like, oh my God, like, your energy is different. It's like I'm just gonna call you Miss Scary Angela. Miss Scary Angela. I like you, but girl, you're messy. Okay. Mm. So next scene is, so they're sitting down, Angela and Angela and Kelly, after showing the house, and so she talks to Kelly about, the whole cheating allegation about the baby thing, how it came about. She said she was at some type of sporting event out in New York where her husband and Wendy was there, and the whole thing about Wendy's husband, ex-husband having a baby on her. That rumor that happened like a few years back, which is why she's the way she is now. Wendy Williams. Shout out to Wendy Williams. Um, yeah, but she was talking to Wendy, and Wendy had asked Angela if she's been through it, something like that, and Angela was like, yes. But I guess Angela said she was talking about her ex-husband and not her current husband, Charles Oakley, because apparently Wendy Williams went and ran her mouth, Miss AKA Drama Queen, went and said Charles had a baby. Mm-mm. But that's what Wendy does. That was some piping tea right there. But Angela said it's pretty much not what happened. Like, that's not true. That was her ex baby daddy. She went through it. And then Kelly asked if he's ever stepped out on her, her Charles Oakley. And she's like, yeah, he's had some infidelities. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We were not together. I'm going to admit, you know what? At least Angela was honest about that. Shout out to her. She gonna admit that. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, oh no, he had never cheated on me. But yeah, he has. Shout out to Angela for admitting that yes, he did step out on me. But that's not what happened with the whole Wendy Williams with the baby thing. You know what I mean? So, but did he have a? We'll see later on. Because if he cheated, he never had a baby on you. Hmm. Anyways, but yeah, they're working on their marriage and they're still working on it. So then Angela talks about, oh, hey, I had a talk with Shamia. You know what I'm saying? I still feel some type of way about how she reacted, when she laughed about Portia making that comment about effing her husband. She felt that she should have been more supportive or should have checked Portia, her best friend. So it threw her off that she didn't do that because they've been talking. And so they had a scene. I remember, I think it might have been episode, I don't know what episode, couple of episodes back, they were in the studio with, they were at the listening session with Drew, and so they all went out to eat, and so Shamia was saying, had opened up, was saying that she feels that her friendship with Portia is not being, being returned back, and she's getting a lot of slack for having her back. She feels that Portia is not doing the same thing, and they're single at her wedding, and this and that, and yeah. And Kelly's like, whoa, like what? Why is she even telling you? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was kind of weird because Big Mouth Kelly's gonna go back and tell you know what happened. So yeah, I would be kind of shocked too because why would Shamia talk to Angela about what's going on between her and Portia? You know what I'm saying? But Shamia didn't feel comfortable talking to Portia about it. Hmm, interesting. But that's your best friend. But I guess you've tried, you know what I'm saying, and that didn't work. Which is kind of true though. Ever since Shamia's been on the show, she's been out there. You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing. She got her single out. She's in this press. She's in the press talking about the show more. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shamia. I'm not happy, but that her friendship with Portia has is the way it is now. But I don't know. But you can kind of tell that Portia is really not. She's more friends with her other friends than she is with Shamia. She kind of put Shamia in the back burner. That's the way I see from the show. You know what I mean? But Shamia's, sticking up for her, but Portia's not doing the same thing for Shamia. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sometimes it's like marriage, friendship. Sometimes they end. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. You grow apart from each other. Time to move on. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. But moving on. So, that was that scene. Next is Britt and her husband. They're talking. So boring. The whole scene with her and her husband, his face, I, let me be nice. Let me stay on track. Um, so he pretty much asked what's been going on with her and the ladies. And Britt is still not cool with Angela. She still feels some type of way about Angela. She's like, I don't get along with her. She was talking at me like this, coming at me like this. I did not F with her. That's what she said. Oh, well, Britt, you came for Angela. Angela ate you up. You just, it's no, just, mm-mm, mm-mm. Not everybody is like a Kelly. Okay, Britt? Some people have a stronger personality. Okay, not everybody's bubbly like Kelly. Okay? um, yeah, so that was that scene with Britt and her husband. Kind of boring. Moving on. Oh yeah, she also talks about her family, how her mom was moving in, and they can't be naked in the house together no more because the mom was moving in. Okay, girl. Next scene. Um. Oh yeah, Angela and Portia move. They meet up at one of Angela's investment properties. Angela is like on the confession. She's like, I ain't gonna invite her to my home. Not after admitting, saying that she will F my husband. What do I look like inviting a female like that that's gonna make a comment and invite her to my home? Angela was not having it. Let me stop. Hey, I don't blame Angela, girl. Lord. Okay, so they meet up at one of her investment properties. Her daughter's there. They're playing tennis. Portia comes there in her outfit, thinking she's Serena. Her whole bodysuit. Portia looked good, okay? So was Angela. She looked good too. So they play. I guess it's a tie game. Portia on her confessional. She trying to say Angela got some big arms, some big bird, saying wings. Girl, Portia, you need to stop clowning, girl. You just be clowning. Mm-mm. So they're done playing, and I love tennis. Tennis is hard to play. It will give you the best workout. Okay, tennis. It is healthy. I love playing tennis. I'm not a pro, but I love getting the workout from tennis, from playing tennis. Okay, so next scene, Portia and Angela meet. Oh wait, yeah, they already meet playing tennis. They're out there talking. Oh, they're done playing. They have a sit down. They're talking, and Portia tells Angela that, hey, you know, went out to went out with me and Ralph ended up being there at the dinner, and how the text message she showed Ralph about the whole text message thing between Drew and Dennis. And I'm like, she showed it to Ralph, and Angela's like, wait a minute. This is why I didn't invite you to my home, because you are messy. Which is messy. Portia, that was messy. Yeah, so Angela's like, wait, is this cannot be true about my friend. Exchanging, trying to use her, I don't believe it either. I don't believe it either. So then I mean, not Jamia, Angela tells Portia, like, hey, me and Shamia, we went out, me, Shamia, Drew, we all went out. And Shamia, tells me that, you know, the friendship between y'all is not how it was, or, what I'm saying? Like, I'm sticking up for you and you're not sticking out for me, same thing. And when I buy you a gift, it's more thoughtful, but your gift is not thoughtful. I, you didn't come to my wedding, this and that, and yeah, and I'm basically scared to tell you. It's not funny, but I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what Angela said, and I'm like, but the reason why Jamia didn't want to tell Portia is because she's scared to tell Portia these things, and Portia breaks down. She's like, dang, like she's hurt. Like I thought our friendship, you're out running your mouth out to these new people on our show, but yeah, you can't talk to me about our issues. Like, come on. And I agree with Portia. I agree. You know what I'm saying? But you know what you did, Portia. I'm just saying, like, you know what you did. Not showing up to your friend's wedding, your best friend's wedding. Come on. It don't matter what y'all going through. At least show up. Like, I was not okay with that, you know? But I'm like, okay. Yeah, that was not. So Portia breaks down. She's crying, really feels bad. Angela feels bad. Portia leaves crying. Angela feels bad as well. Tells Portia, I'm sorry. Portia leaves. They hug. Portia's up out of there. Portia is hurt, really, really hurt about it. And I get it. I get it. I totally get it. But then why didn't you confront Shamia though? I kind of feel like, uh, um, oh yeah, another thing Angela mentioned was that Portia did not want Shamia to be part of the group, part of the show. And she was like, Portia's like, no, like I gave her a list of the potential housewives, and by the way, your husband don't want to be filmed. But I'm like, Portia, I have a question. It don't matter if her husband don't want to be filmed. It's up to Shamia, what I'm saying, to do that. If your friend want to be part of the show, why not encourage her to be on the show? You know what I'm saying? If y'all be y'all best friends, are you scared that she's gonna outshine you? Is that what it is? You know, they're both beautiful, but I think Shamia got it going on. Shamia's a natural, so Portia, but Shamia, yeah, they're both beautiful, but they both could be great on the show as best friends. But like I said, Portia is jealous of Shamia. That's what it was. Okay, just gonna keep it real. But Portia's like, no, that's not true. Your husband didn't want to film, but it was not up to Portia to decide that. If your friend want to be on the show, encourage her to be on the show. What's the problem? Because Shamia is a real housewife. I'm just saying. Yeah, that big house. So yeah, that was that scene. Next scene is oh yeah, I keep forgetting. She talks about the pampered by Portia event. She's having this line out, and they're having this. She wants to throw this event where all the ladies are all invited. Portia's like, you know what? I'll invite Drew. Let's move on. I want to move forward. What I'm saying? I still have issues with her, but let me invite her. So don't make it seem like I'm always gonna have issues with her. Okay, so that was also part in that scene with Portia and Angela. Okay, next so the so Drew had the scene. She's having dinner. She's in the house with her kids. She talked about how her and Rob don't talk at all. Um, and then she has a life coach. Yeah, who she talks about with everything, and she's like, yeah, I thought I was gonna be able to do what I gotta do, but I'm feeling stressed out and this and that. I still need to talk to you. You have my ex soon to be husband out having dinner with person who I don't get along with, who has an issue with me, and talking about all this stuff going on with Dennis. She's like, I trusted Dennis. I didn't think he would make up something like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was all supportive. You know what I'm saying? And it's rewind to go back in that scene about with Angela and Portia. Portia brought up the fact that that um, Drew had said something about, oh, I actually can make enough money to pay for Pollard's college. Angela was like, that's not how it was said. Okay, that's not how it was said. It was said that with all the publications that's gonna go towards with them her being partners with Dennis, the publications and all that's gonna help out with Pollard's, contribute to Pollard's education, which is true. What was wrong with saying that? I mean, it's true. Her dad is gonna be making money, and yeah, but the way it was said, that Shamia made it seem like it was throwing shade, but it wasn't. And just like, no, 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 that's not what it was said. And Portia's like, what? Like, I'm confused. That's what my friend told me. But yeah, but okay, going forward. Okay, so the Pamper by event, the Pamper by Portia event is going on. All the ladies look so good. Looking good. Portia's in the white. Jimmy is in the purple. I think Kelly's in the gold. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but all the ladies, they look gorgeous. They all look good. Um, they're getting pampered. They're getting massages. Um, you're taking pictures, having wine tasting. They're having a great time. Shoot, I would go too. Look like all the ladies are having a great time. Portia's sister is there. She's like hosting it or whatever, or she's helping Portia with the whole thing. So there's this part where they're doing this breathing thing, right? They're all together and they're doing this yoga thing. I forgot what it was called. But the sister is like, if you feel at peace, lay all the way back and close your eyes. Okay, everybody's laid back, close their eyes except for Jamia. But before that, wait, I think I'm going ahead of myself. Wait, up, hold up. Oh yeah, during the confessional, Portia says that, and it's crazy because Portia knows what was said about Shamia, but you're out faking, like taking pictures all smiling with Shamia, but you ain't confront your friend. I feel Portia should have talked to Shamia before they had this event, but then it wasn't the right time, right? Because we want to see it on camera. But yeah, but during the confessional, she still heard about it. You know, she said it was shocking for a friend to be talking behind her back like that. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. Hey, I agree with Portia. I agree. But Portia, you know how you were treating Shamia. Girl, you're not gonna show up to her wedding, girl. It don't matter if she had two weddings. You still should have showed up. I'm just saying. So Kelly goes over to Shamia and they're talking. Kelly pretty much gives Shamia the everything that's going on. She gives Shamia the rundown. Tells Shamia, hey girl, Angela went and told Portia about what you said about her, about y'all friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to talk to her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know. Like, that's what's been going on. Okay? That's Miss Kelly. That's what I'm saying. Um, saying the lap dog thing, how she didn't show up to the marriage, to Shamia's wedding. Let me see. And then how Portia was in tears about it, crying about it and stuff. And yeah, so Shamia is feeling like now that she knows what's going on with Portia, Shamia is feeling like, wait, you're also talking about this. Wait, the people in this group, but you wouldn't talk to me about it. I'm like, Shamia, girl, how you gonna be mad at Portia? You said something to Angela. Come on. So Shamia's feeling some type of ways because that Portia knows and Portia ain't talked to her. But Shamia, girl, you opened your mouth first, okay? Um, so yeah, so then fast forward to the breathing part. Shamia is the only one sitting up. Kelly goes up to her and is like talking to her like, girl, come on. Like, what's going on? And so that gets over. All the ladies sit up. They're sitting up. And then Portia's sister's asking the ladies, like, is there anything they want to say? And so Andrea's like apologizes to Portia, like, I'm sorry. I'm glad that me and you were pretty much have moved forward with things. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the path between us? I want us to move forward. Like it's all good. I want us to be good. And then Kelly gets asked, and Kelly's like, "Look, I want Shamia and Portia to talk about their issues, like right now. Like, you know, there's still some things that have been unsettling between them two. They didn't talk it out." And so Kelly's like, "Look, you know, there's been some things saying that you're Portia's lapdog, and Kenya, you didn't go to the wedding, Shamia's wedding." And Portia's like, "I didn't go because we wasn't talking a couple months prior to the wedding." That was Portia's excuse. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Portia. That was your excuse because you and your friend wasn't getting along. You still should have showed up, told her congratulations, took a picture, and would have bounced. That is your best friend. I'm sorry. She It couldn't be about the ticket, but that was her excuse. What? That's crazy. See? That's jealousy. But then she's like, "Oh yeah, I went to her second wedding in Atlanta to make up for it." Portia, come on. My opinion. If anybody else has an opinion, hey, let me know. It's just I would have showed up. And if that's your best friend, your childhood best friend, show up to all her weddings. I'm pretty sure she showed up to all your weddings. I'm pretty sure she did. So mm-mm. um so then Portia. Oh, before that happened, when Jamia was, sitting up and everybody was all, if if you were at peace, then lay down and close your eyes. When Kelly and Jamia were talking, Portia was telling them, shh, telling them to be quiet. I forgot to mention that part. And that's why everybody ended up sitting up. And then her sister noticed it too. So yeah, fast forward. Um, so they talk it out. Shamia's like, "Hey, I'm right here. You know, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Someone is speaking for me." But I'm like, Shamia, girl, is it what they're saying? Is it not true? This is what you said to Angela, and it came back. Do I feel like Portia should have talked to you about it? Yes. I feel like Portia should have talked to her about it. She shouldn't have been holding it in. It was like, when was she going to confront her about it? But then, Shamia, you should have said something. You're afraid to talk to your own best friend about how you feel. But then I feel like Portia also knew how she's been treating Shamia. You can kind of see. I mean, Portia, you didn't think that was her voice on that song? You thought that was true? Girl, mm-mm. Hey, I'm not friends with any of them. It is my opinion, okay? You can agree, we can agree or disagree. Um, what else happened? So Portia's sad. And then Shamia says she's not the type to talk behind her friend's back, but you did though. You talked about your relationship with, um, your issues with Portia to Angela. You confided in her, and just like maybe this was a way for Shamia to finally break it, which I kind of feel like it. You know what I'm saying? She finally let it out. That Portia's been like not letting her shine or do what she got to do. Portia's been kind of blocking that, so. hmm Yeah, so that was the end of episode 10. They pretty much are like, I felt they were still upset at each other. And Jamia felt that Portia was talking sarcastically, and Jamia's like, you know, like she don't want to talk about it anymore. She's done with it. She want, maybe they'll talk about it on the next episode. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Jamia didn't want to talk about it. They're still not getting along, her and Portia now. And Portia feels like Jamia's a good friend and Portia's the bad friend. So that was pretty much the ending. Shoot. I'm excited. I want to know what's gonna happen. And I'm not happy about Portia and Jamia's friendship the way it's going. I am a fan of friendships. I'm not happy that is led to this. You know, um, it may be good or bad. Good girl gone bad. Let me stop. Yeah, I mean, it was what it was. They're both on different parallels. Shamia's doing this, Portia's doing this. Shamia's more of a married wife. She's doing wifely stuff. Portia's not. She's single again, doing her thing. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really know the dynamics of the relationship. I'm just going by what the show. But anyways, thank you for listening. I'm at 46 minutes now. I'm not about to be this for an hour. Mm-mm. I am. Thank you for listening. Shout out to my subscribers. And so far, the show's been good. Yes, thank you. Bravo. But yes, thank you for listening. Like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what y'all feel like. If anything else y'all want me to talk about, I will. Still get dark like chocolate. I'm about to get up in your sort of like French. Let me snap. Okay, bye bye.